So you guys got a sand skimmer from Jarl, who is now named Duke because he thinks he's the Duke of Fantasia. You set off into the Sand Sea. The continent you're on is called Mardinia. You're in the Zamtal Desert. You left from the outpost of Gala. Something wrong, Ryan?
That's a lot of names really fast.
Yeah. I'm gonna start writing stuff down.
I literally grabbed a pen and paper, and then you started talking. I was like, I got none of it. Previously in the Brotherverse.
I'm gonna jump up onto the top of the ship and just swing my great axe.
I want to sneak up behind the captain and hold my dagger up to his neck.
And he whips you over his head. Gentlemen, my name is Captain Kudos, and you have boarded the ship of the Dusty Britches Gang.
I am going to use enlarge on myself, rip this cannon off the side of the ship.
And it just blows through the center mass. Let's talk this through. I would say if you want to keep your lives, that we search for this together, and we take half of whatever you find.
I think this could be the start of a beautiful friendship, Captain Kudos.
Yeah, is it time to drink? We just ended a battle, right?
And sing some
Let's
pirate
party! So basically, like, you guys are ready to party. Like, you're sitting here with Captain Kudos and the rest of the pirates, and they're always one to celebrate making new friends or the death of a loved one. It just happens to be both. And so they're starting to break out the ale and the rum and starting to party. And so Captain Kudos comes over to Yenry and slaps his big hand on his back. He's like, it's so great to have ye on me boat. I am so happy to have a party going for you. We are going to celebrate all night, and we're going to celebrate the fact that we're going to be rich in just a few days. Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha! I'm excited too, Captain Kudos, especially with the massive change of heart that has taken place in the past, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So
well,
glad to be on your side now.
Let the past be the past, I always say.
Oh, that's a good motto. And not to be the downer, we can deal with this later, but we are missing a mast and maybe have a big slash in the side of the ship. Are we cool? Are we still moving just fine?
Oh, that center mast, that is very inconvenient. But luckily, I have 3 masts, and so the 2 of them should get us where we're gonna go. We'll just be a little slow. It's fine. The side of the ship, I'll send my men down there. They'll fix it right up. It won't be a problem at all.
It's like a kidney. You can still operate without one. All right.
Exactly. Or a liver.
Wait, I think you need a liver.
Let's drink. And so Captain Kudos grabs 2 bottles and holds them up in the air. He's like, to celebrate our new friends, I say we play a drinking game.
Ooh,
Sounds great.
sounds awesome.
Are you boys ready to have a powder keg race?
Oh.
Powder keg race.
Oh, we are well versed in races.
Perfect. And all the pirates start cheering around him and clapping and getting in a circle. He's like, all right, so here it is, boys. This is a relay race. So it's going to be 3 of us pirates versus the 3 of you. Now, a powder keg is a very famous drink in the pirate world. It's basically a pint of ale mixed in a pint of goat milk. And you chug it down.
Why is that a powder keg?
You have to drink it before it curdles.
Curdles.
There's a very good chance it's going to explode out of your belly.
A classic pirate drink.
Oh.
So
It's just milked down beer. That's not even high in alcohol content.
A keg of milk
you
and
said-
a keg of beer.
You said half and half.
yeah, it is half and half. Yeah, we don't have a lot of ingredients out here. We do with what we can make with.
Like a terrible white Russian.
So this is how the game goes. This is a 3-person relay race. The first person is going to climb to the top of one of the masts where there's a bottle of ale hanging at the very top. You'll climb up and climb back down and tag your partner. The next guy has to chase down a goat on the deck of the ship and milk it into a bucket. Once you get a pint of milk out of the goat, you're going to slap the hand of your next partner. They're going to pour the ale into the bucket of milk and drink it all. And the first person to drink it without upchucking is the winner.
Well, I think I know which position I'm taking.
Yeah, these seem all oddly specific to our characters.
Well,
I think I will be the one climbing.
Which
yeah,
one's the goat
I'm
milker?
horrible at climbing. I must be the goat holder. I don't know if that's
Yenry's
Yeah, I don't know.
obviously a goat milker.
clearly.
Well, he's
Have you
he's
heard
just-
my name? I sound like a goat herder.
He's just kind of the size of a goat, so they would be, it's one-on-one, pretty equal.
Yeah,
The goat
So,
will come to you. You won't even need to chase it.
Yeah.
that's right.
Ooh, hello there.
Goatish features. I just
Yeah.
rope it in with my enticing charms.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to lay down some rules here. So basically how this is going to go is you're each going to be taking turns with your, like, whoever else is going for the pirate. It's going to be kind of like combat. You can use magic as an action, or you can use, like, dashing to do two of whatever you're doing, like climbing or goat milking or whatever. You just can't use any magic items, and you can't use magic that would spill the drink, because that is just not cool.
No, yeah, no party fouls.
No party fouls.
Okay.
Got it?
Sounds good.
All right.
So Captain Kudos, he starts chanting, powder keg, powder keg,
keg,
powder keg.
keg.
And all the pirates wrap around you guys. And Captain Kudos comes out, and he has two other people standing next to him. So he says, fighting you today is going to be my two pirate mates. First one, first mate Maurice. And Maurice is like, hey guys, I'm gonna be climbing today. It's like, and me other mate is my chef, Lenny. And Lenny's just like, hello. I can't wait to milk that goat.
Wow.
I don't like him.
Tells me he's
Yenry,
done
I think
that
you want to
before.
stay away from the competing goat milker.
I think I could just hold my goat up to him and he'll milk it for me.
Yeah. And so they're standing in a line. They're looking proud and looking confident. They're high-fiving each other. High five, high five. And they walk up to the mast. And Captain Kudos says, all right, ready your climber. When I shoot this revolver, we're going to go. Are you all ready?
Aye.
Reddit.
All right. Let's drink powder kegs. And he shoots his gun. All right, so I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
All right.
All of us or just the climber?
All of you. It'll kind of determine. I'll do it all right now, so it determines where you go.
Well, I got a 1.
I got a 6.
19.
Nice.
Ooh. All right. So the gun shoots off, and Yenry and Maurice run to the pole. And,
Nope.
sorry.
Puff it.
Puff.
Puff pole man.
And Puff is like,
Puff.
yo, Yenry, no. Come back. Wait for the goat.
All right. Puff and Maurice run to the mast. And so Maurice is first. He jumps on the pole and starts climbing. And he tries to grab the pole and climb up a little bit, and he just falls straight back down to the ground.
Let's get down to business.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta swing the medallions
That's a
around it.
strategy.
Or you can use magic. And I am going to cast spider climb on myself.
Nice.
Dope.
I gain climbing speed equal to my walking speed.
All right.
So I can just
the
go up
the
30
pole
feet?
the pole is 50 feet tall. So
Okay.
you get 30 feet up.
So I'll scurry up there. And it also says that it keeps my hands free. So I also get to go ha 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 and point down at the other guy.
as you just like
I'm just like dancing on the pole.
Yeah.
Like just run to the pole, turn 90 degrees, and run straight up it. Like, it's like, that's hilarious.
Just the constant cartoon character.
And then I just sit there tapping my foot on the pole, like.
All right, so you make it 30 feet up the pole. You can see the bottle of ale right in front of you. So Maurice is going to try and crawl again. And he makes it up. So he climbs 15 feet up. And he lets go of the pole with one hand. And he's like, time to wash the spider down the drain. And he casts a spell and a rain cloud appears above your head. So he casts Create Water. And a large 30-foot cube of water comes crashing down from the sky onto you. So make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can hang on to the pole.
Okay. 14.
Okay, yeah, that makes it. So the water comes crashing down from the sky, and it just like soaks you. But then you're still just standing there tapping your foot like nothing happened.
Down came the rain, but it did not wash the spider out.
No, it did
Very
not.
nice.
Lizardy
Yes.
spider. All right,
Okay.
so it's your turn again.
Cool. Well, I'll just walk up the rest of the way.
All right, so you get to the top, and it's going to be an action to like untie the bottle that's tied around the top of the mast.
All right. Well, I grab the bottle, and
All right,
I would like to just drop it down to someone if I can.
you have to climb back down.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Well, then I won't do that.
All
I'll
right,
just hold on to it. I'll just hug it really tightly.
because you got to tag your partner
Okay.
to pass the baton.
Hand off. Okay, got it.
All right, so Maurice is next, and he's going to try climbing again. So he makes it. He's going to dash, and he's going to make it to the top with that. So he makes it all the way to the top, but he had to use his action as a dash, and so he can't untie the bottle. So he's just there, like, reaching out for the bottle and just looking you in the eyes. And he's like, I'm right behind you.
For some reason, I thought there were two, like, there was just one bottle. So for a second, I thought we were just standing next to each
We
other.
won.
Oh, sorry. I picture you
walked
guys
back and I'm like,
Sorry, I picture you guys climbing up the two separate masts that are left on the boat.
Gotcha.
Didn't make that clear. All right, so Puff, it's your turn.
okay. I would first like to cast Magic Missile and shoot some
Nice.
flares over at his side. Is it Maurice?
Maurice, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to shoot some missiles at Maurice.
Okay. You wave your hands magically, and three small missiles appear from your fingertips and go shooting over to Maurice, who is very wide-eyed right now.
Well, I must have still had my hand balled up in a fist because I got a 5.
Yeah. But magic missile is an auto hit. You don't have
Oh,
to
it
roll
is?
for it.
Never
Yeah.
mind. I opened that fist
Yeah.
and let him
everything's
fly.
fine.
Okay. Cool.
Sweet.
And
So
that's-
they fly over, and he's going to make a dexterity saving throw to see if he can hang on. So he gets hit because he's reaching out for the bottle right now with his one hand. It hits him square in the face, and he falls down to the ground. He falls 50 feet. And he... Okay, this is a lot of damage.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he takes like 20 points of damage.
Oh my
He's
god.
he's
Oh,
laying
he's
down.
in a bloody heap.
Yeah, he's looking bad. He just like his limbs are splayed out in all the wrong directions. Just kind of twitching down there.
Seems like bad sportsmanship.
I'm sorry, but
is
you
not fun
fired
anymore.
first.
Yeah.
You said we couldn't spill the drink. You said nothing about spilling blood.
It's true. It's supposed to be violent. It's a pirate game. All right, so Maurice, he picks. He tries to pick. Well, I guess you still have your movement speed.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
I
climb
feel-
30 feet
I
down.
feel bad. I just always do a lot of damage to people, and then I feel really bad about it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna walk back down 30 feet, and on the way, I'm really gonna ponder this rageful streak that I'm on.
Yeah.
Just think about my life. Think about Maurice's life. He probably had a family.
I mean, he's
I mean, he's
alive.
a pirate,
He's
so
not
maybe
dead.
not. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but he's not the same, I'm sure.
Forever change.
He's a competitor. He's gonna pick himself up.
Just wrap his mangled limbs around the
This isn't
pole.
his first powder keg.
Just toss him over. Yeah, oh yeah. So now his legs are the medallions.
Gross. Be a broken man. All right, so you climb 30 feet back down the pole, so you're in another turn. You'll be at the ground. Maurice peels himself off the ground. He coughs some blood onto the pole, and then he just like puts his hands together and puts them around the pole and tries to climb again. All right, so he dashes up, and he's able to make it almost to the top.
What?
I
did
start
better.
slow.
He did
I start
better
slow clapping for
post-mangling.
Maurice.
Yeah. he just grit his teeth and just did it. He just kept coughing up blood on the way up, just showering it down back at the rest of you.
Oh my god.
Gonna make the pole extra slippery with blood so he can just slide back down real fast.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I did it, guys. I'm still going. All right, so Puff, it's your turn.
I feel like I really don't need to rush. I know he just made it to the top. I don't have too much faith in him being able to reach out and grab this bottle.
You don't know how long it's going to take Yenry to milk that goat.
That's true. Okay, I guess we want as much of a head start as we can on this first one. Okay, well, yeah. I'm just gonna run down to the bottom. And who's waiting there? Yenry's waiting there for me?
Yep.
Okay, well I run down and I say, hey buddy, here you go.
Hey, bud.
Oh wait, do I even have to give it to him? He's going to milk the goat, right?
Yeah, I think you just slapped my hand.
All right,
Just-
slap.
Okay.
That'll work. All right, you slap Yenry's hand, and as you do that, there's a guy standing on the opposite side of the boat from you, and he opens a cage, and a scared-looking goat just stands there, motionless. And he's awaiting you.
Do I have a bucket?
Yeah, there's I'll say that there was a bucket at the bottom of the mast, just waiting with you.
Can we
Okay.
just use my mouth and skip the bucket?
We'll mix the drink in Oric's mouth.
Yeah.
No,
right.
okay. Is it my turn or is it?
No, it's the
Okay,
other
okay.
dude's turn. So he's gonna try and climb the rest of the way up. So he makes it to the top, and he unties the bottle, and he's gonna be on his way down next turn. So now, Yenry, it's your turn.
Well,
So the goat's like 60 feet away from you right now. He's on the other side of the boat.
okay. Well, I'm going to walk my 25 feet over to, or as close as I can get to the goat, being careful not to, spook it on my way over.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast Unseen Servant and bring back to life Darwin. Was that his name? I think it was
I
Darwin.
do not remember.
I think it was his name. Anyway,
Yeah.
it is now. And I'm going to hand Darwin the bucket and make him try to silently sneak over to the goat and put it under the goat.
Okay. Do you get to use an action with the Unseen Servant on this turn?
I don't think so. Yeah, sorry. Once on each of your turns as a bonus action, you can mentally command the servant to move up to 15 feet and interact with an object. So I guess...
I'm going to say wait until next turn to be able to use him.
Okay. I'll have him walk as close as he can. I'll hand him the bucket and tell him to start heading that way, but that's as far as he can do for now.
All right. And and I'll wait till next turn to have any goat interaction. So it's still just like standing there minding its own business. So next is our buddy Maurice, who is coughing up blood and has a bottle of ale in hand. So he starts trying to climb down, and he falls the rest of the way down, and he hits. Oh God! He hits the deck and he goes unconscious. So he's laying there.
Yay, powder keg!
Just a pool of his own blood.
Can I,
His limbs are bad.
Can I use minor illusion to make a panel of judges holding up zeros?
I'll allow it. So a table appears behind Maurice, and just the judges show zeros. He doesn't react, obviously.
I feel like this rousing camaraderie game is slow. Like everyone's cheering and yelling, and then slowly they're all just kind of letting their arms down and going quiet and be like, "Is this really what are we doing here?"
I think
They're pirates.
eventually
They're
we're
getting
gonna
a kick out of it.
I think we're gonna be fighting again in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Powder keg. Powder keg.
All right, so Maurice is on the ground, bleeding, but he has the bottle of ale in hand. That's fine. So Yenry, it is your turn.
To restore just a little bit of joy to this, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Maurice to give him back a little bit of health, seeing as we kind of killed him, but by we I mean Ryan. But
Yeah,
Okay, the second one was on him.
yeah.
I mean, granted, I guess it was mostly because he was bloodied that he fell the second time.
yeah, because he was extremely wounded and still had to carry through the game.
Yeah.
He didn't have
Like
to.
a
He could've
real
stayed
champion.
Down. He could have stayed down.
No, Maurice has too much pride to stay down.
Well, that's a 7 points of health back to Maurice.
All right, so he the blood sucks back into his body, and he lifts his head, and with a mouthful of broken teeth, he holds a thumbs up to you.
Hang in there, man. And then
Thanks.
And then I'm gonna continue walking. I want to try to flank the goat around the right side and continue to have my unseen servant walk straight at it with the bucket.
Okay.
And hopefully it keeps its eyes on the bucket. I want to be super sneaky and try to stealth around to like sort of the side of the cage.
Okay, sweet. So do that and roll a stealth check.
Okay. That is a 21.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that goat is just like dead to the world. He doesn't notice you or your unseen servant, even though your unseen servant is walking straight up to him.
Dope.
Nice.
So you're like 10 feet away from the goat at this point.
Great.
All right. So next, the chef Lenny comes and tags Maurice's hand and grabs the bottle of ale from him, and a goat is released from the other side of the ship, and he starts walking towards that goat. So he gets 30 feet away from his goat, and that goat stays in its cage as well. It's just sitting there, just chewing on something.
Nice.
And so it is back to Yenry.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to have my unseen servant walk the rest of the way and just slide the bucket underneath the goat's teats.
Okay. All right. And then what are you going to do?
If I have a good view from here, I'm going to cast Mage Hand, one of my cantrips, and just try to like remote control milk the goat into the bucket with my Mage Hand.
Jesus, you have a full party like around milking this goat.
Yeah.
Getting pampered.
Triple team in the
Staring this goat in the eyes from like 10 feet away and just making the motion in the air. And he's like, am I getting milked right now?
Whoa, bravo. I don't know how he did it.
Not even touching me.
It's like some David Blaine street magic
Yeah.
stuff. All right, so you do that. Roll an animal handling check.
Okay. 16.
All right, so the goat is satisfied and it stays in place as you start milking it.
Hooray.
So you get like a quarter pint out of that.
This is about a 6 milks. That's
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right,
How much
so,
do I need to make this drink?
You need a pint. So you're
Okay.
a quarter of the way
Quarter
there.
of the way there.
Cool.
All right, so Lenny starts walking up to the goat and he's like, all right, stay where you are, goat. I'm going to come milk you. And he starts sneaking up on the goat, and the goat runs away in fear. So it
Yes,
starts sprinting
run,
around the side of the goat.
Rightfully so.
It's like, oh, no, I thought that was going to work.
I think he wants more
it's-
than milk from you, goat. Run.
So the goat sprints away. and he starts trying to chase after it, but the goat is really, really fast. So he's not starting off very well. All right, back to you, Yenry.
I am gonna have my unseen servant scratch the chinny chin chin of my goat, so it feels nice and comfy. And I'm gonna keep staring in the eye, and raise one eyebrow, and try to milk real good to get the rest of that pint.
All right, make another animal handling check, and I'm going to give you advantage for that.
Hooray!
Because it's being preoccupied with chin scratches.
The second one was grit 20.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. So with that, you just super milk it, and you get the last 3/4 of the milk out into the bucket.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are kicking ass. All right. So that's going to be your entire turn. Next is going to be Lenny as he tries to chase down this goat. So he tries to run after it and just like make himself look really big to try and like scare it and make it freeze. And that works. So the goat is scared, and Lenny walks up to it and just puts his hand on its head and just looks it straight in the eyes, and the goat just gets paralyzed. So
Goat whisperer.
yeah, and so when he places his hand on its head, he casts a spell, and you can see that the goat like really calms down, and you just see him petting it, and that's going to be the end of his turn. All right, Yenry, you're up.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna try to have my unseen servant very carefully remove the bucket from under this goat, and walk it back over to me.
Okay. I'm going to say he's just able to do that. The goat's been really calm. You've treated it great. It's a happy goat. It's a very happy goat.
Thank you.
So, you get the bucket.
Okay. Then I walk back over to work.
All right.
I guess, am I close enough to get all the way to him?
You make it almost, if you're like dashing over, you'll almost make it because you're like 60 feet away from the mast right now.
Okay, yeah, and I can only do 50 on a dash. All right, well, I'll go as far as I can with my bucket.
You're almost within throwing distance.
And I sniff it.
Okay.
What? Does it smell like good milk?
Yeah, I mean, it smells like really good milk. I mean, like I said, it was a happy goat.
Yeah.
It is fresh out the
make good
goat.
milk. Yeah, it smells warm.
Okay. It smells warm.
Can I take a really long straw and drink his milk bucket?
Yeah.
I drink your
milk.
If
Pint.
you have a goat milk bucket and I have a goat milk bucket.
All right, so yeah, you're almost there. So meanwhile, in Lenny Land, he goes to try and start milking his goat. And he's able to start, and he gets like half of his bucket full. And so he's eyeing you guys though, because he's realizing that they're losing pretty bad right now. He's got a little ways to go.
Don't look at me while you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just making eye contact with Orc, trying to intimidate him. So next is Yenry.
Okay, well, I'm gonna walk the extra 10 feet to Orc and hand him the bucket. And do I still have an action?
Yeah, you do have an action.
I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability and touch Orc when I hand him the bucket and give him Bear's Endurance.
Nice.
Gives him advantage on Constitution checks.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, buddy, you're gonna need this. It's not gonna go down smooth.
Is it checks and saving throws?
It just says Constitution checks.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna say that is both. Okay.
What's it called? Bear's Endurance?
Bear's Endurance.
Oh, yeah.
You get Bear's Endurance. How does it make you feel?
I feel grizzly and strong, and I feel ready.
Perfect. All right, Orc starts growling. So Lenny is going to try and milk the rest of the milk out of this goat. And he squeezes one of the teats just a little too hard, and the goat jumps up into the air and almost knocks his bucket over, and he starts trying to calm it down. So he's still at half a bucket. So now it's
Noobs.
Orc.
So do I already have the pint of ale?
So you're gonna have to take an action to mix the two together, and then you can start drinking.
All right. Well, I take the bottle and I pour it in the milk bucket.
All right. You dump it in, and it smells weird.
All right.
So you can start drinking it, and make a Constitution saving throw as you do so.
So it's 2 pints. That's like a normal shot for me. Oh no.
Wait, you have
Wait,
advantage.
I have
though.
advantage, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a crit failure.
Oh man.
Wait. You have advantage, and you still roll the crit failure?
No, that was my first roll. I haven't
Oh,
done
good.
the second roll.
Okay.
Double crit
Yes.
fail.
Pours the bucket on his head.
15.
Okay. So you start just gulping down, and you're taking it like a champion. Doesn't even affect you.
Right on. Glug,
All right.
glug, glug, glug.
Starts a little bit start pouring down like the corners of your mouth.
No, don't. You gotta get that in there.
Yeah.
Push it up.
All of it.
Push it back in.
Take it back in.
Every last drop.
All right, Lenny with his now slightly rampaging goat. He's trying to calm it down. Oh my god! And he tries to calm it down, and the goat jumps up and kicks him in the face, and knocks him back like 10 feet, and it just starts jumping up into the air. And Captain Kudos just starts screaming. He's like, "What are you doing? We're losing. We're losing the game. You're blowing the game." And he just like falls back, and he's prone behind the goat.
So both of them have
I'm
broken
sorry.
teeth now.
Yeah.
Hey Lenny, sucks to suck.
All right, back to Orc.
I'm going to keep chugging.
All right, Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
Oh,
25. Although I crit failed the first time again. So good thing Dylan
Gosh,
gave
I'm
me.
really glad I passed that.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Yenry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stomach
And then
kind of
all-
trembles with each gulp, but then I'm pushing through.
But then you look at me and I just like whistle a little tune in your ear and you're just like, oh, it's okay. And you're
It's funny, like in alternate dimension, you would just be projectile vomiting.
yeah,
both rounds.
yeah,
Yeah.
puke into the bucket and then start drinking the bucket again.
Yeah.
God. Oh, what is he doing?
Tastes bad. Tastes bad.
It just keeps curling.
I'm allergic to goat milk.
I'm lactose intolerant. Why did I choose to do this?
Oh my god. Jeez, that's hilarious.
I forgot to ask if there's any dietary restrictions.
Oh god. All right. So you chug down another yeah, you're like 3/4 of the way there right now.
All right.
So you're on the last like dregs of your drink. Meanwhile, the other guy who's half dying now, Lenny, he gets up and he casts another spell on the goat, and it immediately calms down, and he picks himself up and spits a tooth onto the ground, and he gets back to milking. But that's all he's able to do. So it's back to Orc.
All right.
Make that Constitution saving throw. Everyone's cheering you on right now.
Oh yeah. That is a 24.
Okay.
Powder keg, powder keg, powder
can't
keg.
He's gonna blow.
So you take the last gulp down just easy, and everyone erupts and just cheers, and you guys won the powder keg race.
Whoa!
Handedly won it. Wasn't even close. Captain Kudos didn't even get to go.
Give me that other
Is he
powder
gonna be the one
keg.
drinking it?
I'll keep
Yeah.
drinking.
Oh,
Give me yours.
He just sits there frowning at his mates.
It's like you think these pirates
have
would have played
disappointed
this
us.
game before, and they would have chosen their best players.
They had like just horrible roll after horrible roll, just like multiple crit failures. It's so bad. Yeah, so they're all cheering you, and they raise you guys up on their shoulders, and they're chanting your names, and they're yelling powder keg, and yeah, you guys are having a good time on the boat, and the two guys, Lenny and Maurice, are just sitting in the corner, just cleaning the blood off of their faces, trying not to draw attention to themselves. So Captain Kudos comes up to Orc and slaps you on the back. He's like, You're a man after me own heart. Way to take that down. You know how to hold your ale and your goat milk."
That I do, Captain.
It's like, well, now we can just party for the rest of the night. And they just erupt in cheers again, and there's ale flowing. It's just being passed around.
Is there goat's milk flowing?
Yeah, the goats are just being passed around, and milk's flowing.
That's like an octobong. You can get a pirate on each teat.
And play slap the goat. Is that...
No. Poor goats. God.
Why do they like milk so much? I just don't get it.
Why are there so many goats on this ship?
Yeah.
Well, clearly for the milk, it's...
Oh, well, yes, you're right. Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
So while you guys are doing this, I want you all to roll a perception check. Captain Kudos is like in the middle of this big group, and they're all cheering him on as they eventually get him a powder keg, and he's like chugging it down.
Nice.
I got an 11.
I got a 22.
18.
Okay, so Orc and Puff, as he's chugging this down, he's like got his like hand on his hip, and he's got his arm up in the air with the mug, chugging it down. And you see that he has this really flashy belt buckle. It's like a big piece of circular metal, and there's a giant red jewel, like an octagonal red ruby at the center of it. And you notice that there's like an etching around it that's basically a circle with a dot on its circumference. And you guys recognize that from your map and what Percy told you about the city of Zamtal as the symbol of Zamtal.
I grab another round of powder kegs and walk up to the captain.
Round.
You got
All right.
a bucket of beer and a goat slung over your shoulder.
Captain!
A straw and a teat.
Yeah. Straw on a teat, is that what you said?
I said straw and a teat, but that's also good.
So you walk up to him, and as you do that, he takes a couple like big gulps, and then wipes his hand across his face, and he like just throws the mug down onto the ground, and he just says, "How are you doing, my boy? See, you've got more drinks for us."
I do. I'm feeling excellent, Captain. You run a fine ship here.
Thank you.
Your crew, they have heart. I can see it in the way that they half die when playing drinking games.
Yeah, a lot of heart and not a lot of competitive edge.
That's all right. They'll get there. Let's have another round, and I squirt some milk into an ale bucket.
Perfect. Yeah, you hand him a bucket, and he goes like, "Cheers to treasure."
To treasure. I've kind of inherited your pirate accent here.
You always slip back into it when you're around your own kind.
When I'm around, yeah. When I'm drunk and around pirates.
Yeah. He's amused. All right, so yeah, you cheers, and he starts chugging down another bucket.
And then I say, "That's a mighty fancy belt you've got there, Captain."
Yeah, he pulls the bucket down from his mouth, and it's just like milk and ale just running through his beard. He's like, "Thank you. It's we commandeered a ship a few years back, and this was sitting in one of the treasure chests. It's like I always thought it looked super snazzy. Wanted to show it off."
really out of character word choice, Captain.
He's actually a pretty eclectic guy. I mean, he's wearing like a really long, like colorful robe, and
That's right. He is pretty psychedelic.
these guys are all pretty crazy and psychedelic looking. So it's not totally out of character.
And where was this ship?
Oh, it was somewhere northwest of here. It's just a small merchant ship that we commandeered and sent the crew to Davy Jones' locker and took all their treasure.
Treasure.
It's like I don't really know what it is, but boy oh boy does it look cool.
Sure does.
And so he goes back to drinking his bucket of ale.
And I pat him on the back and take another swig and go back to Puff and Yenry. And I say, he doesn't know what it is.
What is?
Oh,
Nice.
the belt.
Yes, I remembered that I didn't see something.
See that belt he's wearing there, Yenry?
Yeah.
I perceived it from afar and recognized that symbol as the symbol of the city of Zamtal.
Ah, exposition, you say?
Twice on the podcast, you say?
And
Interesting.
he doesn't know anything about it. They stole it from another ship.
Well, alrighty then.
So, I don't know. Do we think that there's maybe more to the belt than just being a belt?
Do we want to take it off of him?
I mean, probably not. I don't know.
Does he
Who
even
wants
pull up
to
his
sit-
pants?
I don't know what I was suggesting. I was just
Who wants to
throwing out
seduce
a
the captain?
question. I was just pondering.
Seduce the captain.
I mean, you already inquired about his crotch. And I am
Yeah, he knew what you meant.
100% on board with an orc Captain Kudos romance. So
The best ship on the ship.
We already have a bit of a bromance brewing over brews. The romance is on the way. Bromance and brewing romance over brews.
It's a brew, man.
it's a brewmance. Yay.
There we go.
I'm not looking forward to narrating this.
Oh, this is romancing the stone on Captain Kudos' crotch.
Brewmancing the crotch stone.
You've got to brewmounts the stone right off his crotch.
Yeah. Michael Douglas is somewhere in the corner watching all of this. I think he was the one in Romancing the Stone.
I have no idea.
We'll say yes.
I never saw that movie, though I looked at the VHS tape of it many times when I was
Yeah.
looking for Indiana Jones and was like,
I was about
this
to
isn't
say,
Indiana
you
Jones.
think it's Indiana Jones and it's not Indiana Jones.